So I recently started implementing a break-even strategy on my immersion wick trades. And after checking my last 35 trades, I realized it would have saved me from 6 losses without cutting a single winner. So in this video, that's what we'll be discussing and how you can implement it into your own strategy. Real quick, huge shout out to Gramwana or Gramona, however you say it, I have no idea, who reached out to me and suggested that I take a look at this. So I tested it, looked at my own trades, my own journal, loved it, and now it's part of my process, as you may or may have not already seen in the Trading Bible 3.1. It is updated in there. Yeah, all right. So let's go over the strategy and how to do this. So let me go over the strategy real quick first. So this is Virgin Wick Theory bullish example. We want to wait for an hourly virgin wick, meaning a wick that has not been touched. So if you draw lines to the right, it has not been touched. Wait for that to get closed by a Chad candle. Then you drop down to the 1 minute time frame. Wait for that price to trade below that POI level into a higher time frame FEG. Then you want to long after you have a CISD, change in state of delivery, or an inverse fair value gap. Now, what I've noticed is, from looking at my trades, if a winner is going to be a winner, it usually goes pretty strongly to TP. Like almost straight away, without fucking around, it just zooms up there. That's what I've noticed from a lot of winners. And what I've also noticed is, if it goes to 1R and then it chops around for a bit, then it's most likely lost its steam and it is very likely to turn back around against you. So what I've been implementing is, and it's very simple, all the strategy is once your trade gets 1R in profit, you simply move your stop loss to break even. That is it. Very fucking simple. Sorry. Yeah, pretty straightforward. And yeah, there's not much else to say about it. But yeah, I just find it also helps with psychology. It's also a nice relieving feeling knowing that you can't lose on a trade after a certain point. But look at your own trades, look at your own data, and see if it actually would have saved you from your losses. Don't just take my word for it. I'm just a random guy on the internet. I could have completely made this up for what you know. But I'll go through some examples of what this looks like so you can see how it looks in real trades. All right, so let's have a look at this one. Let's see if there are any POIs with our indicators. Check the indicator video if you haven't already, or this might confuse you. Okay, so let's watch this trade. If you are already familiar with the model, this should all make a lot of sense to you. Okay, POI has been engaged. Let's see if there are higher time frame FEGs. Yes, okay, perfect. Then next we want a IFVG or a SISD. Bang, so there's your IFVG. So that's where I entered, put my stop down here, targeting 2R. And then, bang, there we go, there's 1R. A way to check is you can simply just drag the long short tool down until it reaches 1, and then you can mark off that level. And so that's where you would go break even. But another useful tool I've found is you can just use the, where is it? Fib retracement tool, this one. So you select the tool and then you click once on your entry and then once on your TP level. And yours will look a lot different to mine. Let me just move these. But you just need to change the settings, open up the settings, untick everything except for the 0.5 level. If you only have the 0.5 level, then that will show you the halfway point between your entry and your TP, and that's your break-even level. Pretty straightforward, right? Okay. Yeah, so I went break-even there, and then got stopped out at break-even and saved myself from a loss. Pretty nice. All right, let's go next one. Okay, so if it wants to load, come on, buddy. All right, there we go. So we have this green POI to work with. As you can see, this Chad candle flows through this Virgin wick, creating this point of interest. So let's see if it gets engaged. Bang, POI gets engaged. Let's see if there are high time frame FEGs. Yep, there are green FEGs there. Now I would not take this because there's just so much resistance up there, but let's just proceed with the video anyways. Okay, bang. So this is where I entered my IFEG, stop down here and targeting 2R. And then where is my break-even level? So I'll just use the fib tool from entry to TP, halfway point is right about there. So bang. At this point, I would move my stop to break even. There you go. And that proceeds to save me from a loss. Pretty cool, pretty cool. All right, let's do one more. Okay, let's go here. Okay. So we have this bearish PY to work with because this last hour of the candle closed through this Virgin wick, creating this bearish point of interest. POI has been engaged almost immediately. Would like to see it pull away a bit more first. Yep, there we go. And I believe there is an IFEG there. Yep, so confirmed IFEG and some higher time frame FEGs. So you could enter on confirmation of the IFEG and then mark off your break-even level right about there. Bang. At this point, you can move your stop to break-even. And unfortunately, you get stopped out, but it saves you from the loss. Yeah, I think that's it for today. I don't know if I had anything else to cover. Pretty short video, pretty straightforward. Once you hit 1R in profit, then you go to break even. It should save you a lot of losses and you might miss out on some winners, but in the long run, I believe it's worth it. But it's up to you. Look at your own data. See if it actually would have saved you from your losses in your journal. I hope you are journaling because that is how you can make discoveries and implement things like this instead of just blindly following some random Asian dude on the internet. Yeah, I think that's it for today. Didn't really have many trades to go over for yesterday. Yeah, there just wasn't really any setups. I took like one trade, I think, and I was -1R for the day. Today is looking a lot better, but I will save today's trades for tomorrow's video. So yeah, hope you like that one. See you tomorrow.